Rocky's putting something up now. Well, we'll go ahead and get this party started if you guys want to. Um, so I guess this kind of looks for me, right? I guess from if anybody has followed the girlfriend strategy, it's very similar in terms of what you're looking at. We've up basically is just this is a new Wonder Cloud that the guy put out, which is pretty cool. And I just kept the settings just whatever he had set in there, the factory settings, I guess the best way to say that would be. And I throwed up a Bollinger Band. Done some pretty done some little bit of changes with it, and then I done a little bit of changes with this 310 oscillator. Um, and basically what this strategy um, does is, especially these fast moving markets like this NQ, right? We always find ourselves getting in a spot, right, where we think it's a good entry, only to find out here in a hot second you get wicked out, right? And it's tough to get in a right spot because it always seems like wherever you got an entry, you know, nothing is ever safe with this NQ because some days it acts right and some days it doesn't. But yet you're going to make the most money if you can figure out how to trade this thing properly. But so the idea of this whole strategy was to get yourself or to put yourself in the best position to not get stopped out, right? And to be a part of a move. Maybe not capture the whole move, but at least have the opportunity to get in the best spot to capture a move. And you'll capture the meat of the move, right? You're not going to capture the very top. You're not going to capture the very bottom. And that's okay. But it puts yourself in a good spot over and over where you can consistently trade this thing without getting wicked out, right? That's the whole idea and the whole premise in behind um, setting all these things up, right? And if you know much about a Bollinger Band, right, they're pretty simple. The standard settings on it is typically two, and what they do is two standard deviations typically would capture 95% of the price, right? Whether it be up or down at any given time. And so three standard deviations kind of gives you 99% of the price fluctuation. You know what I mean? Price can go above or below that line. And ultimately, the way that these Bollinger Bands are going to get used here is I'm looking for price to go outside of the band, right? And that lets me know where the most amount of strength is in that direction, right? So if price goes above or below, that's the direction in which we're looking to trade, you know. But there's a few little changes here that I did. The middle band I just done away with. Um, it does nothing. The upper band I just turned it to gray. The lower band turned it to gray. And the period,
Some
I think the factory deal is 20.
change of diaper.
The deviation, right, is the normal setting is 2. I messed around with this thing and I went all the way from 2 all the way to 3, back down, and I have finally found where I felt the sweet spot for the 1 minute time frame was, which is 2.21. So those are the settings for the Bollinger Band. And you'll have to probably put in the Tiki Bollinger Band because it allows for you to adjust its deviation, whereas the standard one does not. And then The Wonder Cloud, it's just factory, right? I didn't do anything to it. It's exactly the way he set it up. He done a fantastic job too. Didn't do anything. And then the 310 oscillator, right? So the fast line, I went ahead and took out. Didn't really need it. The slow line is ultimately what I'm looking for in terms of which side should I be trading on, and also how long I should be staying there, right? So I left the slow line, just disabled the fast line, and the settings are as what was already set up.
What kind of snack?
Okay, so the idea, right, is I have not had a lot of success right here at market open and at market close. So anything outside of maybe the first 5 minutes is absolutely tradable. It's kind of hit or miss at the very, very beginning, just because the volatility is so high at that moment in time. And then also, toward the end of power hour, it gets kind of crazy as well. So heads up on that. But anything outside of that is fair game for me. So what I'm looking for, right? The first thing that I'm looking for is I want to pay attention to where this white line breaks. So you got a zero line right here, right? I want this white line to break above or below. It doesn't matter to me. Break below, and I want to see price hammer outside
all your chicken?
of that Bollinger Band. Hey man, I think somebody's mic is on there. I keep hearing them actually over me. Do a mic check here. Anyhow, so I'm looking for this slow line of the 310 oscillator to bust below or above, either or, the zero line. All right. And then I'm looking for price to bust outside of the Bollinger Band. Well, that tells me the direction for sure in which I want to be trading. I want to be trading short, right? And then I simply look up here for a pullback into the moving average. I mean, into the Wonder Cloud, i.e. moving averages, basically. And then I find my target anywhere in here between this line or this, anywhere inside this cloud. I'm good taking a short. All right. And my exit is going to be when this price breaks back out of the Bollinger Band. That's my exit. Okay. Entry, exit. We can scroll up in here to get a little better view. It busted below. We had confirmation. It was a hard move in that direction. It pulled back, give us an opportunity to get short, and we sit in our short, and obviously move your stop to break even as soon as this low is broken, right? So your stop initially is set up here, okay? As soon as price breaks below this low, your stop goes to break even. So you, at worst case scenario, you broke even, didn't lose no money. But you're looking for your exit for price to bust outside of the Bollinger Band, and it's right here. All right, that's your exit. Obviously, you didn't get the top. Obviously, you didn't get the bottom. I don't know what just happened here.
Try scrolling in and out or changing your time frame.
Holy smokes.
Try hitting F5.
F5?
Yeah, F5 refreshes it.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow. That kind of messed me up a little bit there. All right, let's go back into the. All righty.
Good morning.
Appreciate the technical help there. Okay, but what I was saying was, obviously you didn't capture the top, and you obviously didn't capture the bottom, but you certainly got pretty well the meat of the move, right? I mean, you would have entered, say you would have entered right here at this line. That would have been a 651, and you would have exited down here at 652. That's 10 points, right? No, excuse me. You would have got in right here at 650, and you would have got out at 550. Sorry, that's a 100-point move. Okay. And then there again, we're looking for the same things, right? You didn't get anything right here. It busted above. Price didn't go up here and puncture that upper Bollinger Band. So there's nothing to do on the long side there, which, hindsight 2020, we all knew that today. So you're going to look right here, and you're going to look for another time where this slow line breaks zero again, and price goes down here and busts through, in which it did right here. All right. So now you're looking for a pullback into the cloud. There would have been your entry, 497.50 ish, right? Okay. And you're looking for another touch of the Bollinger Band. Okay. Right there, you got it. Okay. So you would have got in at 496.25 short, and you could have got out at 466. That's a little over 30 points on that trade. Okay. And we just continue to watch. We continue to watch this line and watch for price to break above. It didn't do anything for a long there. That was all a no-go. So we look for it to roll back over and puncture, and it did right here. So you wait for a pullback into the cloud. All right, you could have gotten yourself short right here at 425.50. Okay, that's your entry for a short. And now you're looking for price to break the Bollinger Band again. And it did right here. You guys seeing that little bit right there? Yep. Okay. So you got yourself short right here. 425. You could have got out at 380. And then we look at, see we're coming back up. Zero line breaks. Price did not break the upper side. So we come back down here, see if price breaks on the low side when it breaks zero, and it did right here. Okay. So we find ourselves looking for another short cloud, and you would have got it right there. All right. Could have got short at 427.25, and you're looking for another break of the Bollinger Band to the downside, and you would have got it right here. Hard to see, but it did break it right there. 396, so 427. That's another 30-ish points right there to the downside. There's zero on breaking. Price did not break. So there's no long to be had right here. Even though it come up and broke it over here, we broke the zero line here. So there was nothing there to tell you to take a long. So you would just disregard that right there at all. It wouldn't do no good. So you're looking for, there again, the slow line to break through zero and price to break the lower bowl or the Bollinger Band, and it did. Pull it back into the cloud. Take you short right here at 440. And you would have got out right here at 422. 20 points there. Let's see here. Then you broke the zero line again. Now you don't have anything right there. So no long to be had.
Hey, Magnum, can I ask a question?
Yeah, absolutely.
In that previous example that you just shared around, what was that? Like 1:42 p.m. where it breached to the downside.
Right here.
Yeah, would we have
146.
gotten stopped out on that one? Let's see. Or would you have put your break even?
Now you wouldn't even got your break even because price didn't actually break.
Oh, I see.
Break
Got it.
this low until it took you out.
I'm
Or
with you.
you took profit.
I'm with you. Thanks.
Hey, no problem. And lots of times, guys, like if you, right here's a perfect example. Look right here. So when you got price that busts through this cloud right here, often enough, and I actually thought about doing this one day, I just haven't got around to doing it. But it would be just to chase price all day and put levels in. So typically, wherever you have the red side, right? The cloud being red, and then all of a sudden the cloud turns green and price goes above it. This little area right here, typically the lower side of it always becomes a pivot or some type of support. And it lines up actually fairly well with some of my other work, as far as the volume profile stuff goes. But it's kind of cool. I mean, even like right here, right? It went down below and then it broke above. But you see this little area, price just like right back to it to the T. You know what I mean? And then here we are again. It rolls back over, and then price comes back down to it to a T. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cool how that works out. But and that structure works both to the upside and downside. So yeah, it's not really part of the strategy, but maybe it is something to be mindful of. It's just a pretty neat deal how that works out. But okay, let's see here, and all these little trades right here. I was trading on the 3-second chart and 6-second chart, doing some pretty ridiculous stuff, just trying it out there as well. Where did we get to? Okay, there's 46. All right, let's look back around. Nothing to do here. All right, this might be the first losing trade of the day. But yeah, you would have gotten. Yeah, I think you would have had your first losing trade of the day right here. So price actually come down, busted through. Well, there would be where price broke the upper Bollinger Band. You would look for the pullback. Say you got long right here. You might have could have. What in the sand? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where you would have got stopped at, and even if you could have got your stop to break even, right? Because you would have got long back right there's the best you could have got long because it pulled back into the cloud right here. So you would have got long at 479, and you were looking for price to break over here, and it did, right? It broke over right there. So you could have put your stop to break even actually right there, and that would have been a break even trade on this candle. Yep. That would have been a break even trade. Potentially. Okay, so we got price that broke. Now we keep following through right here. Price broke through. It didn't break the low side of it. So nothing to do there. Nothing to do. We broke above. Okay, right here is a potential long, right? We wait for a pullback into the cloud. You would have got stopped out, sure as the goodness right here. Okay. First losing trade of the day. All day long, you would have had one losing trade. Well, I guess two, actually, considering this potentially was a break even if you was sharp. But for sure, one losing trade right here. Because you would have certainly got long back into here with the anticipation that it's going to run back up. But you could have got cute and got in down here. You know what I was telling you about just a minute ago, right? How that acts as support often enough. But anyhow, just take your L and walk it on. You know what I mean? That's the best thing to do right there. So one losing trade all day long is I think if doing the math, probably would have captured. I didn't do the math as we was running here, but I could assure you, we were well. You would have went well into what 100, almost 200 points today, just trading off of 1 minute.
Have you tried other time frames with this?
I have. I've tried the 5 minute. The 5 minute works. It's just the 5 minute takes so long. You know what I mean?
Right.
I actually been messing with all these second charts, right? I've messed with every single one of them, and I have the most success with a 6 second chart. For whatever reason, the NQ just loves a 6 second chart. And if you ever trade a 6 second chart, a 1 minute chart feels like an eternity, and a 5 minute chart feels like a monthly chart. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. So I wouldn't mess with this unless you just, unless you just got the patience for it, because it can get wild. You know what I mean? You just got to be quick. That's all for the 6 second chart. But it's all relative, right? It's the same same deal, same strategy, same everything. Multiple opportunities, but you can use bigger size because your risk is not bigger, obviously, but your reward's a lot less. But you make up with that with size, I guess. Profits are quicker; they come quicker. It's easier to trade to 1 minute for sure, but like right here, here's a great example, right? You got price that broke through. You got this. You pull back into the cloud, obviously, and then there's you take your profit, right? So from 441, 452. So you would have got short at 452, and you could have got out at 441. So roughly 10 points per trade. You know what I mean? Which is still good. Yeah.
What's that thing at the bottom of your chart?
The oscillator.
I'm messing with it. It's Taurus. What's going on, Magnum?
Dude, I know it was you. You the man. You're the one that started this. I will say you are the one that brought this into existence.
Can you explain what it does?
What
you
actually
like
is
it,
that
though,
thing?
Bum?
Do
you
what?
know what it is?
You like it?
I love it. I love it for multiple reasons. This slow line right here, it gives such good signals. You know what I mean? I don't really like the fast.
It keeps you from getting faked out as well.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one of the reasons I added this Bollinger Band on, was because of those fake outs, right? Because, hey, let's get to a good example and I'll show you what I was talking like. I'll find a good fake out where we.
What's good, everyone? What's good?
Hey, Magnum, what actually is that thing at the bottom? Like, what does it do?
So the 310 oscillator, basically what it does is it captures momentum that's rolling into the market and rolling out of the market, and the duration in which the momentum is carrying through the trend. How many buyers are coming in? It's basically a MACD, if you know what the MACD is. Yeah, but just
figured off of a different type of moving average.
Yeah, and it's a lot faster and a lot more reactive.
It's smoother. It's smooth. It's It's definitely more responsive, but it has a smoother, because you can speed up the MACD, but it gets very jittery and jumpy.
Yeah, I've got a basic question.
Sure.
See in the top left how that says last minus 16.5 points, down 0.1%. When does that number reset?
At 6.
So it resets at the start of the Globex session?
Yes.
Right.
So did we really have all that downward action and we only closed down 0.1%?
No, that resets at 4:15.
Okay, so that resets at the end of the cash.
Yeah. We sold off 350 some points. We were down.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
No, that resets as soon as the cash session closes, and
Okay. Yep.
that window we can't trade in.
Yeah.
I've got one more question. Is there
Yes.
any way to copy drawings in Tradeovate? Copy drawings, drag them.
No,
Yeah.
that I know of.
I'm a real drawer. I like to draw a bunch of shit on the chart, and it's just really irritating to me that I can't drag a line to make a new one.
Oh my God, man. That's the world's worst for me on this thing. Dealing with, because I use TradingView, and TradingView is
Great for
light
drawings.
years ahead. Yeah, I mean, my levels, I can't put my levels. Like this is the best I can get with a level. You know what I mean? It's like, it's horrible.
I'm a big time drawer, but I like trading on separate software rather than just trading in the fucking browser. So that's why I prefer trading on the platform. But God, I just want to be able to copy my fucking lines. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
Tradeovate sucks for drawing. It's probably the worst platform out. It's good for a lot of things, but when it comes to because I draw a lot of trend lines and stuff as well, and I love NinjaTrader and TradingView for that. But yeah, Tradeovate sucks.
So, can anyone design a script to make that happen? Is that a thing that could be done? An add-on?
I mean they've added on all these add-on tools. If you requested it, probably somebody put it in there. Honestly, I don't know why it hasn't been requested, because I mean, all these, they're all stuff that's been requested from TradingView or that's where this LBR 310 oscillator was originated on TradingView.
Yep.
I like it better on Tradeovate.
I'm a big drawing guy, and this is just what's so frustrating to me. I want to put my lines fast, convenient. I like my lines.
So what I do on just a little, what I do when I'm looking for a lot of lines like that, I'll draw a half a dozen lines ahead of time at different angles, and I continuously move them.
Okay.
Or if I have a area of consolidation, I'll put a couple more on the chart. I'll have 500 lines on the chart at the end of the day. But I just keep laying them out, so I got them, and I just have to move them.
To me, it seems kind of fucked up, right? That you got all these complicated indicators on your advanced platform, but you can't copy a line. Really?
I know, right? It is incredible.
Have y'all ever tried trading on Tradeovate or TradingView? You can connect the Tradeovate to TradingView.
Yeah, I don't particularly like trading on TradingView because it's a bunch of clicks.
I wish TradingView would just really work on that. If they did, I would probably just take all my trades on there.
If it had one-click functionality, I'd like that. But I honestly don't like doing all the order confirmation bullshit every time. So many clicks.
I think there's a way to make it where you don't have to do that.
So what I do personally, because I have my setup connected to TradingView, because I built a specialized setup with initial balance, overnight initial balance, opening range, first minute. It's got all my volume profiles, my daily, my weekly, my monthly, and it's all on TradingView. All I do is open a DOM for Tradeovate. That's it. And I trade on the DOM from Tradeovate, and it puts them right on my TradingView. And then I'll move them on my TradingView. But I'm just using that DOM to place orders.
Does TradingView have one-click functionality?
Yeah.
I think there's a way you have to go in the settings and implement it to where you don't have to hit confirm every time. But it's a little laggy when you try to trade though on there. I feel like Tradeovate's just more responsive.
No, I much prefer not trading on the browser. Now that I prefer trading on a separate application.
Yeah.
The brackets are very advanced as well. Compared to the Tradeovate ones, TradingView. That's something I thought about putting in a request on, because TradingView is by far the most advanced trading platform out there. And they're willing to grow in any manner that you ask them. So if somebody asks them, they will implement it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, their goal is to innovate.
Tell me how you can get one-click functionality on TradingView, or tell me how.
I would have to take a look.
There's a way I can post it later. I've done it before because I trade off my iPad sometimes at work, and I use the TradingView app, and you can like one click. There's a way to do it because it was annoying at first for me. Let's see.
Question, Magnum.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Got to here a little bit late to the session.
Yep.
Can you just run down the setup and everything, how everything goes?
Yeah. So basically, real quick, we'll go over. So you're looking at the slow line. You're looking for it to blow through either down below or above the zero line. In this case, it went through the zero line to the downside. You're looking for price to break the lower side of the Bollinger Band and then pull back into the cloud where you can take your short in the cloud, at the cloud, or in the cloud. And then you're looking to exit when price allows itself to be broken on the low side of the Bollinger Band. So you would have gotten short right up here, and you would have gotten out down here when price broke back through the lower Bollinger Band. And same goes, from the opposite, right? If the zero line, if the slow line busts through the zero line to the upside, I'll try to give you a long example, which that might be pretty hard to do today.
Yeah, you wait for it to cross the top of the Bollinger Band and just wait for the pullback and enter.
That's it, right? I mean, yeah, absolutely. Same. If you flip this on its head, it would be the exact same, right? You price busted through, it pulled back into the cloud, and then you would look to exit wherever it got back into the upper Bollinger Band, or at least traded on the outside of it, and that's it, over and over and over.
All these are stock indicators, right, for settings like the Bollinger Band and the 310 oscillator?
Negative.
Okay.
I'll go back over this. So the Bollinger Band, it's the Tiki Bollinger Band because you're able to change the deviations on it. It's got a 15 period. I think standard is 20. And then the deviation is 2.21, and I think standard is 2. And then I just deleted the middle line. I disabled it. It's unnecessary.
I just screenshot it for later on. And then
okay.
What was the other one?
And in the 310 oscillator, the fast line, I went ahead and disabled. Kept the slow line, and everything else is the same. I didn't change anything.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. And then one other thing no, that's it. The colorful Wonder Cloud, it's all the same. I didn't change a thing on it. It's all just as it is.
Where did you put the stop loss again?
So your stop loss is above the cloud, right?
Oh, got it.
So you would have entered right here, right? Typically, inside this cloud is where you're going to get your entry. Above the cloud, I mean, it's the trade is done. There's no use, right? Just take your L and walk on. But you stop above the cloud, and if price gets, say for instance, right here, you entered right here at 650. Okay, your stop goes up here at 661. Okay, as soon as price gets back below this low, right? The initial low, you take your stop and you move it to break even. Okay, and then you just hang out there until price breaks back below the Bollinger Band. So your target is going to be moving because you don't know where your target is. You know what I'm saying? It could have been right here, but that's okay. You know what I mean? But you just need to constantly be dragging your take profit to where it makes sense. You know what I mean? Where price breaks back below the lower Bollinger Band. And the reason I'm ultimately sharing this strategy, guys, is because I want you guys to try it out, and I want you guys to mess with it on different time frames. And these settings may not work exactly for each specific time frame. I know it works great on a 1 minute chart, and I know it works great on a 6 second chart. Those are the two that I traded. And on a 5 minute chart, it works. I just haven't been able to back test it enough because there's so much time in a 5 minute chart. And I ain't got the time. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as a community, maybe we can all collectively get together and figure out best settings for best time frame, and share that amongst ourselves, because not everybody's wanting to trade on a 1 minute chart, or not everybody's wanting to trade on a 5 minute chart, or definitely probably not a 6 second chart. So whatever we can all do to help would be wonderful. But ideally, I would like to get this thing to a point to where I could figure out how to put an arrow right here when this happens, and how to put an arrow right here when this happens. You know what I mean? Ultimately, that's what I would like to get to a point to where it makes sense to where this setup can be somewhat coded to where arrows can be placed to make it visually easier. You know what I mean? I think that's ultimately where I'd like to try to take something like this, and I don't even know if it's actually possible, but it's an easy enough strategy and, very profitable actually, that I feel like it probably could. You know what I mean? But ultimately, that's the whole reasoning in sharing the strategy and hoping that everybody collectively can get together and work with this thing and maybe just in the community streams drop what chart time frame you're working on and what the settings are to these things, right? Because I don't think it's going to be one size fits all.
I mean, you could set notifications on Tradeovate to like notify you if the Bollinger Band's been pierced, and that way you could like check the chart, after that, look for your setup, so you're not just staring at the chart all day. Yeah. I do something similar with another strategy that I have like that.
Cool. That would be.
I just stopped by quick to see how you have a good day, Magnum.
Hey, you too, man. See ya.
So did you get that short? The 100.1?
Just some meat and stuff. I kind of like that stuff I had the other day.
I just did my garden, so my last garden died because.
No, I was asking Magnum, did you have a good day today?
Oh, I thought you said have a good day. No, I had a great day, man. Of course, I wasn't able to trade a whole heck of a lot. I was able to trade a little bit when I got in, but I mean, I was sitting here destroying this thing on a 6 second chart. You can see all these little stinking trades that I was in.
Yeah.
But I've been trying to focus on this strategy, man, and getting this thing together because, hindsight 2020. I've got to make this thing as easy as possible for me, man, because I'm realistically really having a hard time staying completely on task at work. I mean, let's just be real. I'm driving a tractor and trading, the UNCUT, which is the granddaddy of them all in terms of, trying to trade.
Are you trying to automate it?
To a degree. I'm actually trying to figure out if it's even possible to make something so simple that you could automate something like this. But the problem with it was finding how to get myself in a position to where wicks don't affect me. You know what I mean? Because I mean, these wicks, you got wicked out here, you got wicked there, you got wicked there. It's like, holy cow, man! Where do you put your stinking stop?
I don't think it's automatable. I can tell you that. No, I don't think. I think people have been trying to automate these Bollinger Band strategies for years. I don't think anybody's done it.
It depends on the software.
Magnum, where are you from?
I'm from Georgia.
I think the reason the Bollinger Band strategies don't work is because it's a lagging indicator, and these indicators are designed for big money to fool retards into doing what they want people to do. I would advise people to stop using indicators and maybe switch on. No offense, but maybe start thinking more. Using your brains a bit more and actually thinking and looking at the market as more of a big player would, instead of thinking small time, because this is. You don't really want to be. You don't want to get caught slipping by the big boys.
I think he's showing work today, right? He's showing that it worked today.
Yeah, I'm showing. I mean, literally,
you would have work. Did you get that?
Did you do it?
You would have captured.
But did you do it?
Almost 200 points here today.
Yeah, but did you get it?
Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to offend anyone, but I'm just saying that you got to really change your mindset to from this. I mean, have you back tested this?
I'm just saying it's not automatable. I don't think it's automatable.
And there's a reason.
I understand what he's saying though about they're the larger time frame players. They're not looking at 30-minute 4-hour charts, and they're looking for overall direction for
And
the day.
You're thinking more of like a 4x. I know what you're talking about with the liquidity grabs and the institutional candles and stuff. But this type of thing, you're just going for these quick scalps, and the big players really don't care as much about that.
Yeah.
How far have you back tested this strategy?
So far, I've back tested this on the 6-second chart, the 1-minute chart.
How many days?
And,
How many days have you done it?
Hey, man, if you let me finish, I'll talk. Okay.
I mean, I'm just I'm just trying to simplify the question because you're telling me something I haven't asked for. I'm just want to know how many days have you back tested this?
So I have back tested this thing for 20 days.
Okay.
That's the farthest I can go back.
Okay.
And you've got to understand why I come out here with this strategy, right? Was to get help to back test this, man. I work 12, 14 hours a day. You follow me?
Yeah.
That's not trading. That's a job. So therefore, my ability to find the time to backtest this thing properly through all channels and all time frames is difficult. So I'm reaching out to the community to help backtest this thing and see if it's even doable in different time frames and to make it better.
Could you send me the data from your back testing? And I'm a software developer, so I can maybe automate this for you if I can just see the data that you've collected.
At first, man, I thought you were sitting here trying to troll me, to be quite honest with you. And I'm still not exactly sure.
No, it may come across that way because people don't really, I'm kind of a straight to the point kind of guy. So
I get it, and so am I. I'm a straight shooter, man. But I mean, I don't know. Are you active in this community? I mean, do you know who I am?
Yeah, I've been here a few times to your streams. I mean, the other time I was there the other day when you're showing the volume stuff.
This is the first time I've seen you, Crusher.
I mean, I've been here a few times.
Right. So I mean, I'm just saying, man, you kind of played me out to be a clown there, and I didn't appreciate that one bit. So, just to let you know. But anywho, to the guys that I speak to with every day, and the guys that want to be a part of this to actually make this better, if you've got any questions to what it is, you can ask now, maybe DM me or something, but we can go back through this. And ultimately, that's kind of what it was just to get everybody collectively that wanted to be a part of it and understand it, and whatever time frames that they're using to use this, maybe just in the community streams when this video goes up, would just be to kind of add to it, right? Well, to say, maybe a 10-minute time frame or 7-minute time frame, it likes this particular Bollinger Band or whatever. Just to capture that price to where you're getting in and out in trying to save face here in this cloud, basically is ultimately what it is. But
hey, Magnum. Go ahead.
Yeah.
With this strategy,
yes.
drawdown, is there an estimation or is it pretty much just based off the oscillators?
What do you mean drawdown?
Like, is it? I mean, you're just basically entering and you're setting your.
Yeah. So for instance, if per trade, right, you're looking to get in the cloud, whether it be via short or long. So your entry is in the cloud. Now where you get in this cloud is up to you, but your stop is always above the cloud. Okay, that's your initial risk. Is the distance between your entry and above the cloud. All right, and then as soon as price can get into your direction, your stop goes to break even. Preferably when this low is broken, right? Just to give this thing some wiggle room and get headed in the direction in which,
So
price
is this a trend following or a mean reversionary system?
It's definitely a trend following. I mean,
Right.
it's kind of
So
it's
yeah,
kind of
yeah. So
both, right? Because momentum's going to carry you in that direction, right? Reversion of the mean. I mean, you could have, but there was no longs to be had, right? Even though it busted through on some of these areas, it's just price never got, buying pressure never got pushed there. So you were never really looking for the reversion. You were just simply following the money.
Matt was.
Hey,
So what
Magnum.
are the
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
in what market conditions have you found this system to be more successful, and which market conditions have you found it to be less successful?
I would not be entering this thing ahead of market open, and I would not be entering this thing 20, 30 minutes into the close. Anytime throughout the day. Obviously, nobody wants to trade during big economic news coming out. So super volatile times, leave it be. You know what I mean? Because it's a gamble at that point. Nobody knows what's going to happen. You know what I mean? But under normal market conditions, it works great. Because even on rangy days, you're not going to get opportunities because you're not having price come up here, bust it. You know what I mean? In either direction, it's just going to meander around in between these two. Because these Bollinger Bands are set so far apart, it should keep you out of trouble, right? If 95% of price is captured in 2 standard deviations, you're probably somewhere in the area with 2.2 standard deviations, you're probably somewhere in the area of about 97% of price should be captured.
So do you set limit orders? Do you set limit orders at the cloud, or do you enter on a market smash?
No. I entered. So, for instance, right here, you wanted to get short right here. You knew price busted through, and you were looking to get short right here into the cloud. Just go ahead and set you an order right here, and be done. And just put sell limit right there.
What if you never get that pullback into the cloud?
You just look for another setup.
Question: does it have to? The bar's got to close outside the band, correct?
No, it needs to puncture.
Puncture. Okay, so wick or the bar itself.
That is correct. Either or. Yep. And that's confirmation to look to enter back into the cloud, and that's going to be confirmation for you to exit. Right.
Does this work on higher time frame?
The furthest I have tested it was with a 5-minute chart. So I've tested it with a 5-minute, a 1-minute, and a 6-second chart.
I'm playing around with tick charts right now with it.
Did you try every setup within the 20 days?
Will this work on the weekly chart?
I haven't tried it on a weekly chart. I have not. Everything that I've done is, like I said, 5-minute, 1-minute, and 6-second chart. And they all like these settings that I have put forth to everybody. Again, guys, just remember, it's this slow line. It's got to that's right. You're looking for it to break either below or above price to really head in that direction and come outside the Bollinger Band. So basically this would be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4.
So I see this system working really well on a strong trend day like today. But I think on your typical Friday, like we had last Friday, which was nothing but rangy bullshit, the only way you're making money is limit order scalping. And I don't think that this system would do you very well on a Friday. Well, or should I say when the market is not trending strongly?
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. Absolutely. And the good thing about it is it keeps you out of trouble, right? I mean, but who's making money in a rangy day, honestly? Besides you.
Well, you have to learn how to, trade the unpopular way, which is the limit order scalping, right? Not a lot of people do that.
It's true. Very true. Very true. I wish we could go back here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to get back here to a time to where it actually made sense, and we could go over some non-rangy days. You know what I mean? To just just to look at it and see what we're looking like.
Hey, Magnum.
Yes.
So I understand what you're dealing with in construction my whole life, and I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to manage trading and working at the same time. If you get any extra time, hit me up. Because like today I got in a short this morning. I took 2 trades. I took a short for 200 points, and then I took a long off the bottom for like 60 some points, and I was done for the day. And I think something like that would be ideal for you to look for them 1-2 trades to capitalize on, so that you can get back to what you're doing. You know what I mean? And I got a strategy that's killing it. Between 2 accounts, I locked in a little over 400 points today. So,
wow, I'm impressed.
Good
by
shit,
you,
bro.
Always impressed.
Good shit.
That is
props.
That is that's cleaning up there, man. There's no
Need you to
doubt.
pull up your live stream, please.
What's that?
Yeah.
I need you to pull up your live stream.
Live stream?
Yeah, can you review those trades for us?
Oh,
Stream your shit.
You're more than welcome to. I would have a computer. I do it every day. But I'm not trying to come over here and bring a bunch of people over. I was just offering to help Magnum.
Oh yeah.
Because I understand. I understand what you're doing. And I understand that like a bunch of, watching the charts all day isn't easy, but you're trying to lock in some good profits for the day, and I understand that. And like on the larger time frame, I'm just looking for the larger move. And I took a short this morning, and I was just like looking to take it to that naked point of control. So I left a bunch on the table. You know what I mean? But then I caught the bounce back up, and I was done for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we definitely can get hooked up, and I would be more inclined to see what you got cooking there for sure.
And just for everybody who questions me, it's not like that every day. Yesterday, I pretty solid red day, so they do happen.
Well, today was a good day to swing a small position short, right, from the open. But if you take a day like last Friday, where it was just rangy bullshit the whole day, that wouldn't have been a good day to do that.
No, but last Friday I took 3 positions, and I actually capitalized on some pretty good gains on Friday as well, just working the extremes of that consolidation with large size. I was trading 10 contracts. But it's just understanding where you are in the overall. Like I knew we were in a distribution phase for the last week, you know what I mean? So I knew that eventually that's going to tighten down, and you're going to be looking to break down out of this. And I knew yesterday when we broke, or last night when we broke a trend line that we've been respecting for probably, I don't know, 2-3 weeks now.
Didn't Yellen make a statement today to the effect of suggesting a rate hike? Is that what I read in the chat?
Yeah.
What's that?
I didn't hear anything about that.
Did Yellen make a comment about
overheating?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything about a rate hike.
This bullshit about inflation going to be transitory. Go out to your local grocery store and tell me that inflation is fucking transitory.
That's a valid point. For sure.
But yeah.
Well, guys,
I'm out, man. Later.
Does anybody else got anything they want to ask about this deal here before I cut her loose?
I'd love to see if you can get any data on like a 30-minute or hourly chart, but other than that, no.
Okay, cool. I mean, that was the idea of just sharing this, was to get everybody together, and if anybody was willing to help throw in some of their advice, some of their input, and maybe gives this thing a whirl test drive on whatever their favorite time frame was. You know what I mean? That was the idea.
I've already got a system that I like trading. I'm not saying I make money, because I don't, but I'm sure there are other guys who are willing to do it.
Do what there?
Hey, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
The 310 oscillator, do you use the histograms at all or just the crossovers?
No, I do not. No,
Okay.
if I could delete the histogram, I would. But
I could do that for you.
Oh, well, that would be awesome. Yeah, because realistically, the thing that matters to me is just the zero line and where the slow line rolls above and below.
Okay.
That is the idea for me.
Yeah,
and so
I missed.
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I missed most of your presentation. I'll watch it when it comes live or recorded, and I'll see if I could code up the the points because I've written some back testers for Tradovate. I mean, it's not exact, but I think we could automate some of this to see some things. But yeah, I'll definitely see if I could do the 310 without that. But I think you can turn off the histogram in the settings for that particular indicator, just unless it's a custom plotter. Oh, it's a custom plotter. So yeah, I'll see if I could push one up and I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah, I just disabled the fast line, kept it slow, but yeah, that was the best I could get. On Tradovate, I mean not Tradovate, TradingView, you can get rid of the histogram and just have a zero in the slow line.
Cool. Thanks.
But anyhow, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, man, if y'all are good, I'm good. I'm gonna cut this thing loose if you are.
Cut her loose.
Aha, brothers.
Hey,
Hey, y'all have a good one.
Magnum, I'll send you a message, bro. Check your messages.
Will do. See you guys.
So
Love
the
you.
chat gets filled up today because we had a lot of movement today. So there's so many people here.